Yeah.
I'm here today with Britta and Lukas of Hiraes to talk about Dormant, out January 26th on Napalm Records. How are you guys doing today? Is everybody doing well? Is everybody excited? The album's just around the corner.
Oh, we are so excited. Like it's only a few more days. And on top of that, yesterday we had our showcase rehearsal where we practiced our live set for our upcoming release tour. So we're all set and ready and we can't wait to unleash Dormant.
Well, Dormant is not going to be dormant for very long. It's gonna be unleashed into the fans, into the world. And let me ask you this: when you look at the debut record, when you look at Solitary, and you look at Dormant, where do you see the biggest improvements?
Yeah, there are so many improvements on so many different levels. We try to improve the songwriting, the song structures, the arrangements, and one central aspect is of course that Solitary came into being during the pandemic, and in post-pandemic times, if you can call it like this, we had the opportunity to be on stage again, to tour, to play shows, and we used that time to talk about the new album and to work on it together as a band in the van or in the rehearsal room. It was really like the Solitary time was really quite remote. We had to work at home on the album. We really could only exchange on the internet and did not really have the possibility to meet. It was not allowed. And right now with the new album, we really took the opportunity to talk about everything together. And this is one of the most important things I would say when it comes to a change from the previous record to the new one.
What about for you, Britta? Where do you see the biggest improvements?
I think, yeah, it's kind of like hitting the same nerve like as Lucas said, but like when we wrote Solitary, we did not have the option to play live, and so there was like the big portion of like, this bridging energy between audience and band, it was missing, and so after having played tours and played so many shows and festivals, we were able to capture that live energy that goes on between audience and band more. And we kind of like carried that and put it into our record. So this is a big improvement on the energy level. And I think also the level of denseness. If you want to call it like that, so I think Dormant is a lot denser than Solitary.
There's pressure whenever you release a record, either be the debut album, the sophomore, the third record, the fifth record. There's always some sort of pressure. But did you guys feel more or less when you compare the two records? Which one had you guys more nervous?
Don't really think I was nervous or felt pressure. I mean, maybe time pressure that we put on ourselves because we wanted to make the records in that time span. But I don't think I felt nervous or pressured, like maybe stressed towards the end because there was so much work and so little time. But yeah, I don't know, Lucas, how was it for you?
Yeah, it's not really a feeling of pressure. It's more some kind of excitement, I would say. It's really that it's such an honor for us to have the opportunity to release albums and play shows and get feedback from all over the world. So of course there is maybe a tiny bit of pressure to release a high quality record, but we would never release a record that does not suit our definition of a good record. So this is the pressure we put on ourselves, but it's not some sort of external pressure, I would say. So from media or from the record label or from the fans, they have certain expectations, but we try to do our best, and somehow it always works out. At least for the last two albums, so for the current one and for the last one. So yeah, this is what we feel about it.
Brita used the word dense. I want to ask you guys about the guitar sound because I didn't think it was dense, but it definitely sounded fat. It had some meat on the bone as far as the guitar sound was concerned. Did you guys change anything from the debut to this one to give it that more that bigger feeling, if you will, to the guitars?
Yeah, of course, we changed the guitar sound a bit. We did not want to use the same one as on the previous album, but it was also, I think, the job of Jens Bogren and Ricardo Borges at Fascination Street Studios in Sweden. They really, put so much energy in it and so much time and really, made the sound yeah, even better than on the first record, I would say, especially also the guitar sound. And yeah, they have all those tools you need in a professional studio to really make it sound how it has to sound. And yeah, we're really happy with the result.
Listening to the record, I really felt like you guys improved on every aspect of what you guys had done on the debut album. The design of the record, the structure of the album, to me felt a lot more complete. The songwriting felt like it was more mature. Like the songs felt bigger, better. Like everything was taken to a whole new level. When you're putting an album like this together and you're pushing yourselves to take the record to that next level, um, does it become a little bit problematic in terms of having to rely a little bit more on each other so that you can still create an album that has this bigger feel, bigger sound, but you're still able to see the forest from the trees? You're still able to see all the different pieces that makes Hiraes Hiraes.
Yeah, maybe, but the first thing that comes to my mind is that you kind of have to know when your own opinion is so important and you think it's the right decision for the song that you come forward and you like I said, no, we have to do it like that. I know, I have the feeling right now it's like where I have a vision of the song. And I think like for me personally, that's much harder than relying on everyone else, because everyone else, like they are all great musicians and I know that they know what they're doing. But there are these moments where I feel like, okay, in the arrangement, like this kind of twist and turn here, like this will carry the message of the song the best, and like to really stand up for your own idea and kind of like, I don't want to hurt you guys, but this is my idea now, and let's do it like that. Sometimes this is a lot harder. I don't know, like at least for me, it is like ah.
What about for you, Lukas?
Yeah, it's yeah, a band is some sort of yeah, tiny democracy. So we all have to contribute yeah, and say what we think about the songs, and there have to be compromises, of course. Yeah, I write a song and I think, okay, could be the final version, and then comes Britta, then comes our drummer Matthias and say, hey, okay, let's do it a different way, and maybe leave something there and add something there. And yeah, for me that process was not that easy, because yeah, those songs were my babies, to say it like this, and then we really changed structures and everything, and was here and there a bit painful. But now looking back, it was the best decision to do it like this, because we all have this aim to make a song the best one we can, as for the whole album it is. And yeah, it was just, yeah, a process that was, yeah, in some areas not that easy, but yeah, it turned out very good. And yeah, I'm really happy how it turned out, and that we did it, and that we talked about the songs hours and days, and met in the rehearsal room, and really, yeah, checked out all these things. And yeah, the result is just simply wonderful, and it was worth it, definitely.
See, what Lukas is trying to say, Britta, is that you did the right thing by putting him in his place.
Yeah, but I can only give that a compliment, and also the thanks message to Lucas back, because there were also a few things vocally or lyrically where he kind of pushed my boundaries, and I'm also very, very thankful for that. Like, believe me, without Lucas and the other guys, like, clean vocals would have never made it onto that record. Not because I hate clean vocals, but I don't know. I didn't think I was capable of delivering something that I would be happy with. And then, yeah, I worked my way through it, because they believed in me with force. So we really got on each other's nerves with like getting the best out of each other, which is probably the best way to rely on each other.
And I mentioned that the sound was big, but your vocals also had such a great impact on this record. I when I look back at Solitary and I look at this album, you feel it feels like there's like 10 of you. Like to me it sounded like you're a little bit looser, like you were a little bit more free, and that came across in your vocal performance. I honestly felt like your vocals were so well delivered throughout the entire record. They had a lot of emotion behind them. Did the change in sound have also a positive effect on your vocal delivery, or your vocal delivery would have been what it is regardless?
I think you are touching a very interesting point here, because the impression that you shared is also shared by many others. They point that out, and I think the sound of the guitars on the record and the sound of the vocals on the record, they're kind of like interconnected because of the small sound changes that we make. Like, I think the vocals found a better place within the mix because of the subtle changes of the guitar sounds. So I heard it so many times in the reviews and also in the reactions that I went into the original material, like the raw tracks of Solitary and of Dormant. And as far as vocal tone and the way I worked, it sounds the same. So it's not me that's different. But I think it probably makes more aspects of my voice audible because the guitars kind of like don't cut it off in that moment. That's one aspect, and the other one is like I have never sung in any more melodic environment than Hiraes, and for the first record, it was my first time. And so I felt a lot more comfortable and confident in my decisions. And also like having played the songs live, like just gave me a completely new, I don't know, um, like artistic vision where I wanted to go instead of just like, going with the flow. It was just, okay, I want to go there, I want to go there, I want to go there. So yeah.
It worked, in my opinion. It worked really well. I think we got the most out of both sides of the band on this record, and one side really complements the other. You mentioned the clean vocals. I know perhaps that was a little bit uncharted territory, like you're a little bit of unsure about yourself. But considering the result, are you more willing to do some more of that in the future?
I am. I definitely am. Yeah, kind of like forcing myself over that hurdle kind of like opened up new territory for me to explore. I mean, like I have been singing clean vocals for a long time, but not in an artistic environment where I put it in songs that I was part of writing. And so yeah, I mean, I once said in an interview, if the song required it, I would also rap. It has never come to that, and we're all happy about that.
Yeah, one thing at a
But
time. Come on,
but
one thing at a time.
but I'm really trying to deliver what a song wants, and not to put myself as an ego on top, but like try to serve the song well. And when it came to the two tracks on the record that have clean vocals. Um, I was under the impression that maybe they need clean vocals, but maybe I shouldn't sing it. So, but no. That's my department. I want to do it, and yeah, I feel a lot better about that.
Lukas, did you guys have to kind of convince her, or is there anything that you guys had to do to make her feel comfortable enough to deliver those and have them be as impactful as they are?
Yeah, I think we wrote some, or I wrote some guitar parts that really, yeah, required clean vocals. So it would have sounded very, yeah, very, I don't know, it would not have fitted into that song if you put yeah, harsh vocals on those clean part, or those parts that are a bit more silent and have a different kind of energy. And yeah, I think we had to convince her a bit, but in her heart, she was willing to do it, I think. Yeah. And yeah, we were really happy when she sent over the first demo version, which took a bit longer time because she, of course, Britta had to try it out, and then sent us what she did, and was simply great. And we were overwhelmed by this yeah, new color of her voice that we also did not know. And yeah, it's just, yeah, it fits pretty well into those songs on the album. And yeah, we will see what the future will bring. Maybe we will have some other passages on new songs in the future, and can discover more aspects, and yeah, see what that will bring.
I thought you were going to say we had to bribe her with some chocolates and strawberries and things like that.
Not enough, not enough.
That's what I
Those,
thought he was going to go with. It's like, we tried to convince her it didn't work. She likes chocolate, so we brought some chocolates in and we went that route. I honestly thought that was the process.
Yeah, that
no.
would be too easy.
One of the things, every time we've checked out one of the videos from you guys on our channel, for somebody who's not familiar with the band, it was different from us because we are obviously followed you guys since the debut record. So now when we were listening to the songs for this upcoming new album, we knew what to expect from the band. There was a certain level of expectations that came with it. But for those that never heard of the band, that discovering them through one of these new videos that we've posted, we see some comments where you guys get compared to bands like Arch Enemy. Does that bother you guys? That comparison? Does that, rub you in the wrong way at all? Like, how do you guys feel?
Yeah, I would say in
Lukas,
general.
start. I would. You start.
Yeah, I would say in general, you can be compared to a worse band than Arch Enemy, because Arch Enemy is a great band and it's a huge band. So if someone says you sound like the band from the village next to you or something like that, that is not a good comparison maybe. But yeah, such a big band like Arch Enemy, that's really an honor for us to be compared to them. But yeah, in general, it's of course like, we're playing melodic death metal. We have a female singer, and there are certain stereotypes in the metal scene, I would say, that that people think, okay, melodic death metal, female singer, Arch Enemy. That is I wrote that down in another interview, in a different interview, and there was a band before Hiraes called Dawn of Disease, and I also was the main songwriter. We had a male singer, and we have never been compared to Arch Enemy, although we were playing melodic death metal. And then we founded Hiraes, a new band, also melodic death metal, a bit different. And everyone comes around the corner and says, "Oh, sounds like Arch Enemy, sounds like Arch Enemy." And as I said, it's good to be compared to a big band from the same genre, but there are also some stereotypes in there that reflect what some people think inside of this whole metal scene.
Before I hear Britta's opinion on this, I got to tell you, I haven't posted. I can't remember if I posted the review yet or not. But if I haven't, I will. If I have, I will be wearing my Dawn of Disease T-shirt on that review video. By the way,
I
We
saw
saw
it.
that.
all right.
Yeah.
So
it
I
was
did
just
post it
like,
already. I wasn't sure. Yeah, I posted last week.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I figured it
great,
was
by the way.
appropriate. I thought it was appropriate. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, all fine. And thanks for that great review. We really enjoyed it.
I appreciate it. So Britta, going back to the original question, how do you feel about it?
I feel very funny about it because I mean, I have finally a band in the same genre as the female singers I get compared to. Because I mean, I started in a thrash metal band and we got compared to Arch Enemy. Then I had an old school death metal band, then we got compared to Arch Enemy. And now I'm finally in a melodic death metal band and we get compared to Arch Enemy. So, I mean, I get it. You need some kind of stereotypes, but on the other hand, it's like with all the different styles that I've delivered in vocal approaches and in my bands, I'm not sure if that comparison is like a comparison from feeling that you get when you see the band, or is it a feeling that you get when you hear the band? So I don't know what's going on there, but like to be honest, I really don't mind. Arch Enemy is a great band, a well-established band. They have like continuously putting out great records. They reinvent themselves. They don't sit still. So like they're like obviously. I mean, to me, it's a little bit confusing sometimes and boring. But as an artist who has been around for like 20 something years now, like if it helps, okay, cool. Like sometimes I don't get the point of criticism when people say just another Arch Enemy, because I mean metal is not a competitive sports where you can reach like this triumph of first place. I mean, you feel free to listen to Hiraes and Arch Enemy. Like you don't have
it's
to,
not Survivor. It's not whoever reaches first place. The other ones are all eliminated.
Yeah.
That's not
So
how it works. And I mean, if you guys are going to be compared to somebody, it's better that than being compared to me singing in the shower. You definitely don't want to have that comparison. You don't want that for sure. So I think sometimes it's laziness from a listener standpoint. You look at the band and the sound, and that's just a little bit lazy, and you just go to that comparison. Sometimes it's the stereotypes. I don't think you can escape it. It's just the world that we live in. I mean, I'm guilty of doing that as much as the next guy, so I'm not passing judgment. I just wanted to hear from your side because you're the ones getting the brunt of it all the time, reading it and whatever. So I just wanted to hear what you guys had to say. It's nice to have your take on it. Now that the album is around the corner, now that everything is it's finally gearing up to that incredible moment where fans get to listen to the whole record, and we're in a new year, 2024. Outside of this album, what kind of other plans do you guys have for this year that we're embarking on?
Yeah, the first thing that we're doing right now is when just on the day when our album is released, there kicks off a small release tour where we play the first show with the band from the Czech Republic, Dimitri. And then afterwards, there are some headliner shows. And in March, this tour with Dimitri continues. I think in March, we are on tour every weekend, Friday and Saturday, in different countries in Germany and one in Switzerland. And we already have some shows in summer and autumn confirmed. And of course, we're hoping to play more shows just when the record is released. Then maybe, yeah, promoters, have a look at it, listen to it, and say, okay, we would like to have Hiraes on our stages. And we will try to play live as much as we can, and of course, celebrate the new album and have a great time with each other.
And for you, Britta, is the album just an excuse to be on stage, to be on the road? Do you enjoy that more than anything else?
Yes, being on stage, and on the being on the road with in such a great environment and meeting many people, is one of the best things I can think of doing. It's so rewarding to, connect with people you don't know through music, and then you get these very personal reactions to with people you have never met. And I mean, we know it all from our favorite kinds of music, what it means to us, and to be able to bring a little bit of that into other people's lives is just the best feeling ever. So yeah, it's the best excuse to be on the road. Plus, I must say that Hiraes as a band is like we are very connected on a personal level. It's very, very good to be in Hiraes. We're like a family. We get along well, and I mean, you find that out when not everything's great and things get like kind of hairy. You find out if you're working together well and if it works out. And yeah, it's a really good
I feel
band
like
at the
today
moment.
she's delivering a lot of subliminal messages, like she's letting you know that, hey, that time that you drink my coffee, I didn't like it. You know what I mean? Like all of these little things, she's very subliminal today. So Lukas, if I was you, I would be reading in between the lines and be very careful when you're on tour. Be very careful. She's gonna prank you while you're on tour. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting.
Yeah, we're always pranking each other. It's
I think
we
that's
have an
gonna happen.
ongoing prank. We have an ongoing prank with Lukas, especially me with Lukas. So like it's gonna have a continuation, maybe.
You can't tell
Oh my
you
God.
can say that I didn't warn you. So I'm giving you a warning right now, be aware, sleep with one eye open, and just be very careful. Be very careful of what's coming, because it's coming. She's letting you know that it's coming. Very subliminal. She's like just kind of putting messages there and letting you know. Lukas, Britta, this was an absolute pleasure to talk to you guys. I love talking to you guys about the music that you guys make. Thank you for this record. I enjoyed it tremendously. It's a phenomenal album. It's leaps and bounds over the debut record, which is what you would expect from a follow-up album. You want to see growth in the band, and we definitely see growth on this record. I love this album. So great work from you guys. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you very much. Danke, 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 danke schön. And keep up with your good videos. And thanks again for having us.
No problem. My pleasure. Thank you guys. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye bye.